the oceanic plane, the heaven world. The middle plane. Meaning that the white boy can't get here.
Can't touch it.
Can't touch it. Because his faculties are not built for it. It only goes right here. Remember, that's got a big old rock in it up on. So it can't go in there. You understand? The heaven plane. It's all right in us. It's been there the whole time. Look. Says, on this plane, look, the opening of the heavens. Let me get back to my place. Are suddenly open. The heavens are suddenly open. Jesus and his followers are transported into intermediate space, and in front of them, setting amid the winds, they behold the ships of the sun and the moon, manned by fantastic beings. The ships, the mothership, UFOs, the ships is right here in the damn papyrus. Where did the Christian religion came from? It came from Christendom. That comes from Gnosticism. This is a Gnostic treatise or a Gnostic papyrus. In the ships, you can get this right here. This cat is an expert in Greek papyrus and Hebrew papyrus and Egyptian papyrus. He used to work in the he used to work in the Louvre in Paris in the Department of Egyptology. He writes the book, the secret books of the Egyptian Gnostics. They went to Egypt in the 1940s and pulled up all the so-called teachings of Jesus Christ in the Gnostic cults, and it's right here in the doggone book. Jesus learned this. They went into Egypt and pulled it up, and this is the book, Jean de Rest.
That's what they're sitting on in the Vatican.
Page 74 in the book. The Egyptian Gnostics. Look. It said the ship is manned by fantastic beings. In these ships, they can even distinguish the dragons that functions to its rest from the archons that stole their light. Now what I'm thinking on this is, basically what I get out of this is, when these ships and all, they can distinguish the beast from the devil. And they can even distinguish some of these black devils who done messed up. These sellout Negroes and all. Now, where did they get it from? They got it right out of Hemmitt in the papyrus of how to invoke the ship of Amun-Ra. All in the pineal gland. Now, let's get down. We're getting a solution paper going on here. Here it is, right? Now, I talk about the Dogon, right? And I told you that the whole thing about the mothership and all this is in the African mythology and all. And I told you that they said our people were on a planet called Sirius. When Sirius is the sun behind our sun, it's the heavenly realm. And their ancestors are there. But they have a planet right around it, and supposedly human inhabitants are on this planet. Which is called, when you go in the mysteries of Isis, see Isis, and I don't think I brought the book, I might have brought the book, I hope I did. But what happened was Isis, there's a guy that traveled to Greece, and I think he must have been an original man, but was in Greece, and based on the system of Greece, well, I just wing it, I just tell you the name of the book. He was about to become a homosexual and all this other stuff. But what happened was, he went into Hemmitt and he went into the mysteries of Isis. The mysteries of Isis is nothing but the astral plane. You want to understand the astral plane? Remember in Revolution 101 I gave out those big old, those binds of Isis, that Isis tablet? That Isis tablet is nothing but the astral plane. And to decode that is to decode the astral plane, because in that Isis tablet, there's 2 volumes of it. You can get one in the Secret Teachings of All Ages by Manly P. Hall, and you can get one called the Bimbine of Isis, the Isis tablet. Now in this, if you look at the contents, they simply tell you what the Isis tablet is. And I'm saying we need to decode it. But since if you study the astroplane books and study this will come easy. And it says in this, they said you have two regions. This is the tablet, and they have these regions in it, and they have this whole, and it came out of a temple in Rome of some people who worship Isis in Rome, where they got it from. And in the tablet it explains the middle region, the superior region, which is the heaven region, the inferior region, which is what we own now. This is the inferior region. And the middle region is the astral planes, which is this lower region, which you got to be judged, and either if you're the beast, you reincarnate back into a beast, and if you're the black man, you go on to a higher level. Reincarnation is real. That's the whole deal. But that upper region, the superior region, is the heaven planes. Now, I told you about Sirius, and the superior region is connected with the Sophic cycle and also Sirius. Now, which is connected with the Dogon, and what they are saying. Well, so happens a white boy got abducted by some, he say aliens, but we say original people from Sirius in 1954. Some information is on that. And what he says in the information is this. Number one, there's an interplanetary brotherhood or sisterhood. And Earth is the only one that don't belong to the interplanetary brotherhood or sisterhood, because what happened with Earth is this. Number one, you have different life forms on some of these planets. So you do have some of these aliens, they seen it from the other planets. But they said, but the black man and black woman, or the black woman and the black man, are the most superior out of all of these other systems. You get theology of time, right there, the man saying the same thing. Honorable Elijah Muhammad tells you in theology of time, if we have people on other planets, black man and black woman being the most superior. But the black man and black woman are the only ones that have this white man on Earth. See, the Earth is the only one that got this white creature. Why? Because the most superior beings long time ago, who was God's, created them in an experiment. Now the Rosicrucian brother, the Rosicrucian white guy told a good friend of mine, this in the nation, name is Dave Pitts, lives in Detroit now, told him at the University of Michigan, said, yeah, the white man was an experiment that went bad. And them UFOs is coming to clean it up. This is the right Rosicrucian told him. Well, they know, because the Rosicrucian is a German organization, and the spin-off from that is the Theosophical Society, which is, you have the regular Mason York right now, then you have the graduate schools of the Masons. That's the Rosicrucian, the Theosophical Society, the Golden Dawn, the OTO, or the AA, these societies, the Illuminati, which is all connected with the Illuminati. He told them that these people was an experiment. So the guy who had the contact with the beings from Sirius said that the only ones who are not in the interplanetary brotherhood is Earth, because they got the white boys on here. Now, it says that they got other planets that's millions of years ahead of Earth, but the millions of years behind Earth. It's got some other problems in another whole brotherhood system. And they got to go in, they got to pull them up, but they can't go at all until they pull up one planet by one. And they got to pull Earth up first. You see? They can't do nothing until they pull Earth up, so they can go on and get the job. Some people say, well, hell, we've been in this predicament a long time, but see, you got to realize in space there ain't no such thing as time. We're talking middle planes here. There's no such thing as time. Time is only, well, there's no such thing to the African as time. Everything is circular. Reciprocity. What you throw out, you get back in the manner that you threw it out. The white man is only linear, because he knows that his time is short. That's why he's linear.
The chronos comes first.
Right.
Time.
That's why he got to do everything on time. They say, well, what's the African time? When he gets there. So that CP time is really a real time. Somebody say, well, that CP time, oh, we got the See, we had to cut out that. But brother said, no, we Africans. He said, well, what was the Africa time? They said, when we got there. Because we lived in that kind of atmosphere. When you get here, party will start. What do they say in Stolen Legacy? When the student is ready, the master will appear. Right? Well, the master will appear. So they say that they got to pull this thing up. But in this interplanetary brotherhood, they say one thing.
Who's driving the Volvo? Like a dark blue?
Yeah, what's that?
Black.
They got to get out?
Okay, yeah, he's blocked.
Sorry, go ahead. They say in this interplanetary